Hi everybody, it's Jen from Scrapping Posh, and I'm really excited. This is my 200 subbie giveaway video, and I am going to, real quick, first I'll show you the prizes. Well, the prize. I know there's more than one kind of crafter that watches my videos, so I'm going to do an option. And the first option is a $50 gift card to the online store of your choice. So that's the first option that you can do. The second option is a kit that I've put together. If you've seen some of my videos, you'll recognize this book. And this is a mini album that I made for my daughter. And it is a school time mini album. And it's the Cathy Order inspired retrofit mini album, and it goes from grades kindergarten through 12, and there's a video on this. So if you want to see more details, go to the Authentique Curiosity retrofit mini album under my Cathy Order inspired mini albums. I'm just going to flip through it real quick so you can see some of the things that I've done and some of the different kinds of embellishments. Okay. But like I said, if you wanted to see more of this album, you can go to the video itself. I'm going to put this one aside because that is not the prize. I told my daughter that that was hers. However, when I made that mini album, a lot of people told me that they were very interested in it, but nobody could find the paper pad. I happen to have one of the paper pads, an additional paper pad than what I did. So, what I've done, and this is what it looks like, is very heavy. I put together a kit that includes everything that you need with the exception of some adhesives and your paper cutter and normal stuff that you would need to make that mini album. And like I said, you can go through my video and kind of see what I've done, but of course you can do anything you want with this. And everything that is in this box will be included in the giveaway. Now this is in lieu of the $50 gift card to the online store of your choice. So if you're not a mini album maker, you may want to opt for the $50 gift card, or you know, maybe you see a use for this. But I'm going to go through a little bit and explain some of the things that you'll get if you choose this option. I could not find the dark green paper that I used for the background, so I opted to do black. So we have 25 pieces of black cardstock, and this is the same quality that I used for mine. It's from the not the Paper Studio. It's the Joann's Black Cat. You get two 12 by 12 medium weight chipboards and one that measures approximately probably 3 inches. And this you'll have to cut down, and it's for the spine. Since I used the black for the background, I thought for your tags and pull-outs and mats, the parchment would be a good option. So this is the Paper Studio Cardstock Pack 8.5 by 11 parchment. And this is a full unopened parchment. It has 50 pieces, 5 colors, 10 of each. So that's included. And then of course, we have the paper pad. Now, I went through and I made sure all 48 pieces of paper were in there and that I didn't steal any. However, I have had it on my shelf and I've marked it on the back with Authentique Curiosity, so when it's sitting on my shelf I can tell what it was. However, that is the only thing on this pad that makes it anything but new. So all 48 sheets are still in there. In addition to that, I had leftovers when I did my album, and I'm not going to need them because I'm giving away all the rest of the paper. So I have an additional sheet of the letters, the borders, this really fun cursive writing, and then the hopscotch. And I'll show you the backs of these. The dark yellow, a medium yellow, and then 2 grays. And then I should show you the paper. Now you can look at that video that I was talking about, and it has all the paper in there too. And then these are the solids down here at the bottom. So that's the paper. Oh, and I have a reasonably large scrap of this really cool polka dot paper, so I thought I'd throw that in there just because I really enjoyed this paper. You are going to get a new glue pen in the package, and the reason why I'm giving you a glue pen is because I'm also including all the silhouette cuts that I have in my album. So I'm going to go through those, set these down. And the glue pen is a must-have for these, at least to the best of my knowledge. Maybe somebody else knows something I don't. Now, I wanted to go through the borders, so I'm putting a black piece of paper down. In the borders, and this is exactly how it's going to be packaged, so you're going to actually get another piece of chipboard that's labeled border strips. And this is what I used on my large photo mats in the large pockets. And they aren't adhered, but when I did the silhouette cuts, they still have the sticky stuff on the back of them, so they're kind of stuck, but they're not permanent. It's just the leftover from the adhesive on the silhouette mat. So you will be getting 8 different borders, and then these scraps of paper also, which I just wanted to use to separate the borders. And I chose the yellow, again, just like mine, because the mats are going to be black. So I thought the yellow was a good choice. I punched 2 of these notebook strips out, so I used to decorate the front cover of my book. 2 in the dark and 2 in the light, depending on, so you can choose what you want. You can also use them in the book for the embellishment. These aren't punched out perfectly. They're sprayed in some spots, which I thought made it added character. That's why I didn't redo them. Oh, and by the way, these cutouts are made from my scraps of my album, so I didn't dip into the paper pad to do these. Your new paper pad that you're going to get. So there's the border strips. And then I have this little envelope, and I labeled some of them to tell you what was on them. And you're going to get 2 cutouts that are stuck in here because of the adhesive. And they are of darker color. There's 1 blue and 1 green that are identical that say school days. S. There's school. Get the. I think my D's got stuck in the envelope. It did. So there's 1 blue and 1 green. A real pretty font. It says school days. So you'll get 2 of those, 1 in blue and 1 in green. I separated these because they're one of the only ones that come in pieces. And I tried to get all the little bits out of the letters, so hopefully I did a good enough job. I hope that I got them all. Another packet. This includes the best teacher in a dark paper. It's green paper. I love school 3x4. And then to keep some of them together, this one's it says ABC on the front. This is actually 1, 2, 3. And this is just a post-it note. I used it to keep those numbers together so they're not flopping all over the place. And this one says read. And I also used a post-it note so to keep them together. And it's in a really pretty font too. It says read. So that's that one. Trying to put them all back so they're not messed up. Put that in there. And you're going to get 3 different kinds of tabs. This is a yellow tab, and it's just a yellow on one side, and it's just the traditional tab. This is actually the tab that I used in my album, and these are the leftovers. So it just says additional tabs on it. There's probably about 20 there. Then these are the specialty tabs, and there is a huge stack of those, probably about 50 if not more, and they look like this. And they're the small ones. And then there's probably about 20 large ones. There's probably about, well, 30. There's 15 in blue and 15 of green in the large tab. And then all the smaller ones are green. And here's the size difference between the two. And these have an apple cutout. So you'll also get the inserts for the tabs. And I'll show you how those work here in just a second. And they're just squares that were made to fit in the tabs. And there's 2 different sizes of the tabs and the squares that fit inside. So there's one green, one blue for the big one, just for a sample. The small inserts fit the small tabs, the large inserts fits the large tabs. And what you do is you just glue these on the inside, and you can use your glue pen that comes with it. And you just glue real haphazardly around the outside, because you just stick that, and you can use either side you want. You could use the polka dot or the regular side. I'm going to use the regular side. And it makes so your tab now has an apple in it. You can fold it over and glue it to your pocket or your tab or whatever, or your tag or your mat, whatever you want to glue it to. And what I do is I go through and I glue all these together, and I just run adhesive on both sides and then place it and close it together, and it stays. So I'm going to throw that one in there as an example. And then I have put these aside. All those come with it. I wanted to show you the lettering. And this is kindergarten through 12th grade in script. And there's extra dots for the eyes. And I'm only going to show you the kindergarten because I got everything else in here. And there's 2 extra grades that are in a different shade of yellow. It's grades, which, you know, the word grade. The kindergarten was the only one that was too big to fit in the envelope. So again, you'll get some scraps. And here's the font. And it's the same font that I used. So you'll get kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade. In that font. And they're all in the envelope nice and neat. So shouldn't have any problems with that. And then the only embellishment that is gender specific, and I have a girl, and I went ahead and included it because if you have a girl, it'll do good. If you're doing it for a boy, it may not be great. But I wanted to include it because I had it included on mine. I'll put some more washi tape on this. And that is the little girl reading that I think I used on my 5th or 6th grade page. And that's her. you'll get her. And these are all from the Silhouette store. And then you'll get K and then 1 through 12 of these circles with the numbers in them and the letter K. And I use those on the back of my flip pages. I'm going to have to speed this up. Okay. And then finally, a whole bag full of like hundreds of pieces of what I would call, I guess, ephemera. You got apples and hearts and stars and potty girls and schoolhouses that came from the cutouts and the paper borders. Different hearts. Of course, they're all double-sided. Solid apples. Patterned apples. Stars. A whole bunch of cut-aparts of the letters. A whole nother set of letters and stuff from the paper. These cute little geotags. There's a whole set of those. And a handmade, a lot of stuff stuck to it, a handmade by sign. So you can use that. And there's just lots and lots of different cutouts in here that you can play with. Music, it's a different color, pencil, geotag type deal. Number 1 teacher, first day. Okay, so that's the prize. So either you can get this kit, everything here that I just showed, if you're a mini album maker, or you can get the $50 gift card. And that's if you're maybe a scrapbooker or a project lifer, and you're not interested in using any of this stuff. So for how do you win? 1, you have to be a subscriber and comment to this video, and you can get 1 draw. And you can get 2 more draws if your comment includes what your favorite mini album that I've done is, and it wouldn't hurt if you put why, just so I know for my personal reference. So that's 3 draws. Subscribe and leave a comment is 1. And what is your favorite video that I've done? And I have a playlist called Minis. And I'm going to keep this open till September 3rd. So have it in by September 3rd. I'm going to put all this stuff down in the description box. And please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so very much for watching, and thank you so very much for subscribing. And I appreciate all your wonderful comments.